Magyanathimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namani Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Pasyat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I would like to welcome all of you to today's class. These are very important chapters, and this is chapter number 10. Right? So it is important because it explains about the opulences of the absolute. And this is like in Krishna's words, the previous chapter was called as the most confidential knowledge of the Vedas. I mean, we don't have access to the Vedas even if we want to read. And there are a lot of them, isn't it? And we all went through formal education. We didn't go to any Vedic Pathshala or something, okay? But Krishna is so merciful and Krishna is so kind. He's ready to teach us the final instructions of the Vedas. Okay, so that is Krishna's mercy. So we will all recollect Krishna's mercy. Okay, so this is such a wonderful Krishna's mercy that we have got here. That Krishna has agreed to give us this transcendental knowledge. Okay, and something very interesting is Krishna said, you know, the benefit of hearing this knowledge is that this is better than what you have heard before. That means whatever we have done so far, okay, till chapter number 9, if it is important and beneficial for us, this is more important, more beneficial, and better knowledge, Krishna is saying. Right? So this is better knowledge for us. So that's amazing. That's better knowledge. Krishna is giving us better knowledge. And then here are some of the highlights of what we discussed so far from the previous chapter, the 10th chapter. To understand about God, somebody has to talk about him, isn't it? It must be either himself or the demigods or the sages. These are the highest authorities, isn't it? I mean, for us in the material world, the demigods are like the administrators, right? We pray them, we worship them. We seek knowledge from them. And the sages, right, who are in this material earth also and in the upper planetary system like Brahmaloka, Tapoloka, all the great Brahmarshis, we seek knowledge from them. But the problem is nobody knows about God. That's a big problem. Why? Because Krishna is their origin in every respect. Therefore, none of them know anything about him. So there's no source of knowledge to understand about God except when he speaks about himself. Right? Srila Prabhupada says this example, that if you want to know about somebody, the best way to know about that person is to ask that person about himself. You know, for example, if I want to know about your childhood memories, I can do interviews of so many different people that can be biased or that can be distorted or that can be wrong. But if I want to ask you about yourself, that will be accurate. Because there's nobody who knows complete picture about you than you. So Krishna is the only person who can explain this. Okay. So that is a interesting part. And one important point, Krishna said that if we accept whatever Krishna is explaining in this chapter, we can free ourselves from sins. Okay, only the person who accepts Krishna as supreme is free from all sins. Otherwise, every living entity is born in delusion. Every living entity is born with sins, sinful activities. Okay. Now, this is a little difficult thing to digest because sometimes some people argue and say, why do you think I am sinful? Something like that. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam says the very reason that we have got a human body, actually we should have had a transcendental body. We should not be suffering from this birth, death, old age, and disease. If we were completely sinless, if we were very pure, and if we were Nitya Siddhas, we should not have been having a body at all, which is the root cause for all kinds of suffering for us. So Bhagavad says the very reason that you have a human body itself indicates that you have got some karma, good or bad. Okay, there is some sinful reactions with us. That's why we are suffering in this material body. Okay. And now, but a person who accepts Krishna, who becomes a devotee, he is on a different platform. He is freed from all sins because he has accepted Krishna. Okay, there's a very nice song also by Madhava's rock band. Krishna Kripa ho tabi Krishna ka naam le sakoge. Krishna Kripa ho tabi Krishna ka naam le sakoge. That means if you have the mercy of Krishna, only then you will be able to take his names. अगर कृष्ण का नाम ले सको, हरि का नाम ले सको, तो समझो कृष्ण कृपा हुई. What does that mean? If you are able to start chanting Krishna's names, then just understand that you have already got the mercy. How many of you understood what it means? Krishna kripa hota bhi Krishna ka naam le sakoge. We will be able to chant the names of Krishna only when we have mercy of Krishna. अगर कृष्ण का नाम ले सको, हरि का नाम ले सको, तो समझो कृष्ण कृपा हुई. Just understand that you have already got the mercy. If you are chanting the names of Krishna, it is said in the Bhagavatam, those devotees who are chanting the names of Krishna have already read all the Vedas. They have done all kinds of fire sacrifice prescribed in the Vedas. They have bathed in every holy pilgrimage site possible in the universe. They have given every possible charity which is prescribed in the Vedas. There is no ritual that is pending for this person who is constantly chanting the names of Krishna. Because of doing all of that, now in this lifetime he is already able to chant the names of Krishna. Okay? Now that's what it basically means here, that if we are able to simply accept that Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, I mean, keeping aside all the things that we have learned all these years, there's a lot of unlearning that we'll have to do. Right? Because there are so many so-called scholars who seem to have understood everything, who are trying to construct and deconstruct philosophy with their own mindset. Instead of taking to Krishna's instruction, instead of hearing from the bona fide spiritual master, they are telling their version of the truth. And by default, every human being is unintelligent and sinful. So there is a natural envy for Krishna, and we can never be able to understand Krishna in that way. So therefore, that conclusion will also be faulty. So let us put all those faulty conclusions aside, and without any bias, just simply try to hear what Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying here, Yomam evam asammudo janati purushottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Krishna says in the 15th chapter. Here Krishna is saying, Yomam ajam anadimcha veti loka maheshwaram asammuda samartyeshu sarva papaihi pramuchyate. So somebody who simply accepts that Krishna is the Sarva Loka Maheshwara, he is the unborn, beginningless. We simply accept that, then we will become freed from all sins. Such a person is completely sinless. But if we are not able to come to that conclusion, yes, we must actually say that, yes, that such a person is a sinful person. Krishna is saying, only miscreants do not surrender unto him. There are different types of living entities, animals and human beings. And among human beings also, there are two types, Daiva and Asura. Only Asura or demoniac people or sinful people only will not accept Krishna. That's simple. That is Krishna's words. Only who accepts Krishna consciousness is freed from all sins. And then Krishna is explaining various qualities that has come from him: intelligence, knowledge, freedom from delusion, forgiveness, all of that. And we are going to be continuing today to understand Krishna. It's a very, very deep chapter. And there is also a test. Generally, after a teacher teaches something, right? There is a test, MCQ or some test. Based on the test, you understand whether the person has passed the test or failed the test, isn't it? So Krishna is also give us a test now. Okay, the next verse. How do we know whether somebody understood this or not? Okay, whether we understood it or not, there is a test. Okay, there's a mini test that Krishna is taking. We'll see what that is. Next verse. So first of all, let us try to understand. Okay, today's verse. We're focusing on this verse today. Okay, very important verse, but I want to stress on this. This is very important. It's explaining something very, very, very significant. If you see, Prabhupada is explaining that it is very crucial to understand about greatness of Krishna. See this. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is. For by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Because unless you hear how great a person is, you will not get attraction or attachment towards that person. So the first thing that we should do is Shravanam. And we should have an open heart. Shravanam means not just open ears. Heart also should be open. Open heart, open ears. Okay, ready to receive, ready to hear, ready to accept. That is called real Shravanam. So but we should not neglect this. We should not sentimentally worship Krishna. We should understand with tattva. By philosophically, we should understand fully. We should become 100% convinced about Krishna. Until we get convinced, we should keep reading Bhagavad Gita. That is the process. Okay. Let us see this, devotees. Let us start. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastata madbhava manasa jata yesham loka ima prajaha. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 7 great sages and before them the 4 other great sages and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Anybody wants to read the verse?
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, read the verse, synonyms and translation. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Mahachaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastata madbhava manasa jata esham loka ima prajaha. Synonyms: Maharishaya, the great sages; sapta, 7; purve, before; chatvaraha, 4; manava, manus; tata, also; madbhava, born of me; manasa, from the mind; jataha, born; esham, of them; loke, in the world; ima, all this; prajaha, population. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 7 great sages and before them the 4 other great sages and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Matsu. Thank you very much. So let us try to understand this, what this basically means. Let's try to go through this purport a little bit. It's a small purport. Any devotees would like to read the purport? Very nice, wonderful purport. Very important. Like Prabhupada said, right? Just now we saw, we should not neglect this verse. Okay. If you can understand only one verse, just understand this verse. That's enough. I mean, we can go back to God. Just this verse is enough. Yeah.
May I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any one of you, please go ahead.
The Lord is giving a genealogical synopsis of the universal population. Brahma is the original creature born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord, who is known as Hiranyagarbha. And from Brahma, all the 7 great sages, and before them 4 other great sages, named Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, and the 14 Manus are manifested. All these 25 great sages are known as the patriarchs of the living entities all over the universe. There are innumerable universes and innumerable planets within each universe, and each planet is full of population of different varieties. All of them are born of these 25 patriarchs. Brahma underwent penance for 1000 years of the demigods before he realized by the grace of Krishna how to create. Then from Brahma came Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara, then Rudra, and then the seven sages. And in this way, all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma is known as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and Krishna is known as Para, pra,
Prapitama.
Prapitamaha, the father of the grandfather. I'll just read again. Brahma is known as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and Krishna is known as Prapitamaha, the father of the grandfather. That is stated in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 11.39. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Masi. Thank you very much. So let us try to understand the genealogical. This is a genealogical analysis of Bhagavad Gita. That means what is the origin? It's like this, right?
Prabhuji,
So,
it's not written.
yeah. Okay. Let me share my screen once more if you're able to see it properly now. Are you able to see now?
It's very light. It is very light.
Light means I didn't.
Now it is clear. Now it
Now
is clear. Yeah.
clear.
Now it's clear.
Yeah. So genealogical study means, okay, let's say this is me, okay, and my parents, right, and their parents, and their parents. If we go like that 1000 times, where will we go? Who will be coming at the end?
Brahma.
Brahma.
But the modern science, I mean, at least a lot of people believe that monkeys will come. But monkeys won't come. Okay. Human beings are not born of monkeys. Okay. So Brahma. Okay. So then we will. So this is a genealogical story. Okay. Finally, we say the Gotra. Gotra, we say some Rishi names, isn't it? When we say Gotra, we say some Rishi name. So there will be some Rishi, right, whom the family will be associated. We may be knowing, we may not be knowing. But all of us are one family, isn't it? Logically, everybody, all of us are only from one family only, isn't it? Because if you construct like this, all the families, so you may be from a different family, but the source is the same, isn't it? So let us say there are rishis, there are some rishis, the Sapta rishis. And beyond that, we have Prajapatis. We have rishis, we have Prajapatis, isn't it? And then finally we have Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma, he created the universe. Okay. He created these people. Okay. He didn't have a wife. I mean, like people think that, Lord Brahma didn't have a wife. Okay. He came, from his mind came people. Okay. I'll tell you, explain all of that. Okay. Lord Brahma. And then above Lord Brahma, who is above Lord Brahma? Where is Lord Brahma coming from?
Krishna, Garbhodakashai Vishnu.
Garbhodakashai Vishnu.
Lord Vishnu. Okay, so this is what Krishna is explaining. Okay, that ultimately, if you trace back the genealogical table or the tree, we are all belonging to the family of Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu or Lord Brahma. We are all belonging to the same family because Krishna is the father. Krishna says, Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti yaha tasham yoni mahad brahma aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father. He's saying Sarva yonishu kaunteya. It's not only human beings. I showed you human beings here. It also includes animals. Okay, it also includes snakes. It also includes trees. Everybody, Sarva yonishu kaunteya, anything living entity. Aham bija pradapita. I am the seed giving father. Krishna is the father. Therefore, everybody is one family. That is the meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means this. When there is a family, if everybody is from the same family, there must be one father. So that father is Krishna. Okay, because Krishna is saying in Bhagavad. That's why Bhagavad Gita is not a sectarian textbook. It's not saying in a sectarian way that, okay, Indians are my children. Krishna is not saying Hindus are my children. Okay, those from this city are my children. He's saying Sarva Yonishu, everybody is Krishna's children. Now, so this is Mahavishnu. I said that, Mahavishnu is a very gigantic being, Mahavishnu. From him, many universes have come like this, isn't it? And each of this universe, okay, if you expand, okay, they have so many living entities. We have human beings, we have animals, isn't it? We have trees, we have birds, okay, all different types of animals, everything is there here. Okay, inside this is the Brahmanda, one universe. We are talking about only one. Okay, let us say we are here. They're innumerable, infinite here. Okay, infinite universes are there. You can't even count them. So many are there. Now, living entities in all of them, I don't know how much is the count. How many human beings are we? 6 billion? 7? How many are we? What is the latest number? Anybody knows? Okay, some billions.
8 billion, right, Prabhu?
8 billion. 8 billion humans. What about animals? Plus how many insects? How many birds? If you put all of them together, how many? Some trillions. Right? So some X trillions of living entities. How many trees? We can't count them, isn't it? There's so many trillions of living entities, or maybe we don't even know how many are there. There's so many living entities. All of them are coming from 25 patriarchs. Okay, who are they? 25 patriarchs. We will see now. Okay, the 25 patriarchs. Who are these 25 patriarchs is what Krishna is explaining. Okay, so just to see this. Okay. Madbhava manasa jataha. And here, Brahma, Lord Brahma is Pitamaha. Pitamaha means, we call Bhishma also Pitamaha. Pitamaha means grandfather. Pitamaha means grandfather. His grandfather of grandfather is called Prapitamaha. That's why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kavim Puranam Anusasitaram Anuraniyan Mahato Mahiya. So Anurani, Krishna is the oldest person. But do you see that Krishna's hair is black? Vishnu's hair is black, but Brahma's hair is white. Why? He is older than Brahma, no? But Lord Vishnu never appears very old. Why? Krishna, does he appear old? Anytime, did you see any picture where Krishna is old with white hair? Did you see?
No.
Prabhuji.
Because he is Navayavvanam cha. He is always youthful. So he is the oldest person. Puranam is the Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The oldest person. Purana Purusha Govinda is the oldest, is older than all the Brahmas. Because all Brahmas come from him. So many Brahmas have come and so many Brahmas have gone. But Vishnu is the same. Krishna is the same. Right? So Bhagavata explains how the creation has happened. The creation happened, first of all, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. It starts from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. There are 3 Vishnus, okay? They are also called as Purusha Avataras. The 3 Purusha Avataras of Krishna, starting with Mahavishnu. I showed you Mahavishnu picture, right? From Mahavishnu, so many universes have come. And Garbhodakashayi Vishnu is resting in one of these universe now. And from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu's navel, Lord Brahma has come. And when Lord Brahma came, he was clueless what has to be done. This happens every day of Brahma is the same situation. Okay, Lord Brahma will come out and he doesn't remember what he has to do now. He gets confused completely. It's the day of Brahma. So then Lord Brahma, he meditated, he worshipped, he did tapasya for 1000 celestial years. So 1000 celestial years he did tapasya. Then Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him. Okay, and there's a very beautiful description given in Bhagavad. Okay, how Lord Vishnu appeared in front of him and gave him the knowledge how to create. Lord Brahma asked, how should I create? Okay, please bless me so that I can create. I can resume the creation. He's not creating. Lord Vishnu has already created. He's Sarga. He's doing Pratisarga. Right? Pratisarga, right? Sarga. So that is the next. Sarga means actual creation. Next one is the next continuation of that creation is what Lord Brahma did. Am I right? So then Lord Brahma was born and Lord Vishnu has given him instructions. Okay, please restore all the living entities back into the universe, just like how it was in the last day, how it was, just like that, you bring all the living entities. The Lord Brahma asked, where are the living entities? Do you know where are the living entities? There's no, imagine there's nobody here in this universe. Okay, it's all empty now. Now tell me, where is everybody now? Where are we? When Lord Brahma just came out.
Garbhodakashaya Vishnu.
Yeah, where?
Stomach, Lord's stomach.
Yeah,
From the navel.
Yeah, in the navel, yeah, in the stomach of Lord, in Lord Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, all the living entities are present. Okay, everybody goes into that. At the end of Kalpa, all living entities enter into him. That's what we studied that, no? In the 8th chapter, Krishna said, everybody enters into me helplessly. Even though they don't want, at the end of the day of Brahma, everybody goes into Lord Vishnu. And then they go into a sleep for one night of Brahma. Everybody takes some rest. And as soon as the day comes, just like how we do, no? In the night, everybody is sleeping. And the day comes, again we'll take our vehicle and go from here to there and there to here. Prabhupada says, what are these people doing on the road? They're going from here to there and there to here. Wing. Where are we going? What are we doing? Nobody knows. Why are we going from there to here to there? Nobody knows. They wake up now, they have to do something. Right? The other day we was in Vrindavan. It was very early in the morning. Okay, I went to take the darshan of Radha Vallabh. At that point of time, actually the monkeys are very, very active there. They generally steal the spectacles and all of that. But at that time, me and Nandan were there. We were just seeing. There was no monkeys. Nandan was asking, where are the monkeys? I said, they're sleeping. After a couple of minutes, they got up. They were yawning and they were just getting ready for the day. And then the action started. They started jumping and, snatching food and everything. You're understanding? Just like that, all the living entities, they'll sleep in the night of Brahma. They'll be inside the stomach of Vishnu. And once they come out, right, they'll be given the same body where they'll resume. It's like continuation. It's like you pause your movie or something, right? And then you continue from there, right? In TV, if you're watching some movie, and if you play it back, it will start from there, no? Like that, the movie continues from there. Whatever animal it was previously, the evolution will, the transmigration of the soul continues from there. So all the living entities will come out. Now Brahma has to enable that. So this enablement, how is it happening, is what is explained here. So first of all, from Vishnu only everything is coming. From Brahma is coming. And from Brahma, there are 4 rishis. You see 4 rishis here? Who are they?
Sanat Kumara, Sanandana, they are Prabhuji.
Yes. Sanaka Sanandana, Sanaka Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Sujata. So the 4 Kumaras they are called. They are the first 4 living beings who are born out of the mind of Lord Brahma. Manasojata. From the mind of Lord Brahma, they are Manasaputra. Brahma Manasaputra. From mind they are born. Okay, it doesn't require a female to be born for them. And then they were fully self-realized. And when Lord Brahma said, can you help me? Can you assist me in the task that Lord has given me? My task is I have to restore the universe and get all the living entities and give them these bodies so that they can continue the existence and their evolution. back. They said, sorry, we do not want to engage ourselves in the family life. And they went for tapasya. And what happened afterwards? Lord Brahma, do you know what happened to Lord Brahma after? What was the reaction of Lord Brahma?
He
got
got
upset.
angry.
He got upset.
Angry.
Lord Brahma got upset. And from his anger came the 11 Rudras. Expansion of Brahma's anger. It's given in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.12. Brahma became angry, and from his anger came Rudras, Ekadash Rudras. And then they were destroying the whole universe. And Lord Brahma said, okay, can you please go and make the creation of the universe? Can you procreate? Yes, they said, yes, Father. And then they went and they started destroying everything. And Lord Brahma understood, please stop. I think I understood. Your role is not now. It is going to come at the time of destruction. So please go and do tapasya. So he sent Lord Shiva, Shankara. So there are 11 Rudras. Among them, Shankara is the prominent one, right? Whom we call as Shiva. So he said, you please go and do tapasya. Okay, that's all. You please meditate, do tapasya. And Lord Shiva went for meditation. And then there are the Prajapati. Then Narada was born. And the brothers of these 4 Kumaras were born. And the Saptarishis were born. You see the Saptarishi, Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulatsya, right? Kratu, Vasishta, Saptarishi. You know Saptarishi Mandala, you know, right? Did you do the Saptarishi Mandala? It's in the sky. Did you see Saptarishi?
Yeah.
Mandala?
Yes, Prabhuji.
They were born. And the patriarchs means Prajapati. There are many Prajapatis who are born. Prajapati, like Daksha Prajapati, Kardava Prajapati. All these stories have come in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, we have to understand this in depth. And from the Prajapatis, like Kashyapa Prajapati, from the Kashyapa Prajapati, you know, different types of living entities were born. Kashyapa had different wives. From each of the wives, different types of living entities were born. Some reptiles were born from one of the wives. 4-legged animals came from one of the wives. Trees were born. So each and every one of them were born like that. Right? These are the Prajapatis. And then we have 14 Manus. Okay, for each Manvantara, we have a Manu. So let me explain. Basically, okay, we have. So if this is 1 day of Brahma, so this is 1 day of Brahma. Okay. You please divide it into 14 parts, 14 divisions. Each division is called as Manvantara, right? And this Manvantara, each Manvantara has a separate Manu. You know what is the Manu for this current Manvantara? Which Manvantara we are in? What is the name?
Vaivasvata.
Vaivasvata Manvantara. And what is the name of the Manu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Vivaswan.
Vivaswan is father of Manu. So in this one, so it's Vivaswan. We said, no, Vivaswan. Krishna said, I gave knowledge to Vivaswan. Vivaswan gave it to Manu. Manu gave it to Ikshva. Right? That's what we studied in 4th chapter now. So we are in this one mantra, 7th Manvantara. Okay. And his name is Vaivasvata Manvantara. His father is Vivaswan, or the sun god. Okay. Now this Manu is also an incarnation. Manu is also incarnation of the Lord. It's also said, it's called Manu Avatara. Okay, Manvantara Avatar. It's called. This is also one type of incarnation of the Lord. Now there are 14 here. There are 14 Manus. So the calculation is, we have 4 Kumaras and then 7 Rishis, Sapta Rishi. And then we have 14 Manus. How much does it add up to?
25.
25. These are called as the 25 patriarchs. That means every living entity in every universe come from these 25 patriarchs only. In every universe, there are these 25 patriarchs. They may not be the same, but from them only living entities will be born. From them only all the living entities will be born. And the main point here is Madbhava Manasa Jata. Let's come back and see this. Maharshaya Sapta Purve Chatvaro Manavastata Madbhava Manasa Jata Yesham Loka Ima Prajaha. They all are born from my mind, and all the living entities populating the various planets descend from them. Now, you tell me what is the source of all the living entities? Or you all understand? What is the source now? Can you trace the source of the living entities?
Krishna.
Lord Vishnu.
Vishnu or Krishna. Krishna is the source of all the patriarchs. Now, for the test, I said Krishna is going to give us a test. Let's see what's the test. Anybody wants to read this verse?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ji ki jai. Text 7. Etam vibhuti yogancha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikampena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. Synonyms: etam, all this; vibhutim, opulence; yogam, mystic power; cha, also; mama, of mine; ya, anyone who; veti, knows; tattvataha, factually; sah, he; avikalpena, without division; yogena, in devotional service; yujyate, is engaged; na, never; atra, here; samshayah, doubt. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service of this, there is no doubt. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So, what do we understand here is we have to be factually convinced. So, the test for our conviction is this. Anybody who understands this fact, that Krishna is a source. Everybody is born from Krishna's mind. I mean, all the living entities in all the universes, Krishna is the father. Krishna is the mother. Okay? If we are fully convinced of that, then what happens is, so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshaya. Avikalpena yogena. Avikalpena yogena. Avikalpena means without division. Yoga means devotional service devotees. Okay. See, we have given yoga to the world, but we forgot to distribute the textbook of yoga, Bhagavad Gita. Every chapter of Bhagavad Gita is ending with yoga. Arjuna Vishata Yoga, right? Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, right? Dhyana Yoga. Every chapter is ending with yoga. And Krishna is saying here, Avikalp, yoga means devotional service, means connecting with God. Avikalpena yogena means without any deviation, we will be 100% attached to Lord Krishna. As soon as we understand this vibhuti, opulence, etam vibhutim yogam cha. If you understand this greatness of Krishna, the test is that one fully surrenders to Krishna. Now, what should we do now? If we are not fully surrendered, we have to simply keep reading and get convinced. And the test, if we have understood it one day, then we will be 100% surrendered to Krishna without any deviation. There will be no doubt again. There will be no doubt. Again, this is very interesting here. Prabhupada says here very nicely that when one firmly gets convinced he accepts Krishna with great faith and he engages in devotional service immediately. When you know that, the person who is there inside the altar, inside your house altar, is a supreme Lord from whom all the living entities have been drawn from his mind, including Lord Brahma and including all the 4 Manus and the 7 Saptarishis and the 4 Kumaras and 14 Manus. All of them have come from his mind. Then we can only imagine how great Krishna is. And that Supreme Lord is there inside your altar at your home. Then will you not worship such a personality? Yes or no? Is there any possibility after knowing this knowledge that we will worship anybody else? If we actually get convinced, just simple, this one verse, I said this one verse is enough for us to go back to God. Will we worship anybody else if we just simply realize this one single verse where Krishna is saying, everybody just comes from me. And anybody who is fully convinced about my opulence becomes completely attached to me. Okay, therefore we should not neglect tattvena. We have to understand. If we don't understand in tattva, Krishna says tattvena yona veti chavanti te. We will fall down. If we don't understand the tattva, we will fall down. There's also one interesting comment that Prabhupada here says that generally people know that God is great, but do they know in detail how God is great? Every religion says God is great. Now, when you ask them how great is God, can you explain? Then they will say the same things. Everybody will say the same thing. Okay, he has given us the food, he has given us that, he has given us life, all of this. But here it's a detail. The real details are here, right? How great is God, right? So the administration of this universe, there are many demigods. The chief of the demigods are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the 4 great Kumaras and the patriarchs, or all the other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the original forefather of all the forefathers, is a forefather of all the forefathers. Okay, there's also one comment that Srila Prabhupada says that we have to understand this factual knowledge from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and then we should not be confused by different commentaries of Bhagavad Gita, and we should not be confused by commentaries of the fools. Prabhupada says that in the next verse. I'm going to show you that. Krishna says, don't get confused by different commentaries and different fools, whoever are saying. See this. A pure devotee can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentary or by fools. Okay, this is the position of the pure devotee. I mean, there are so many people who give so many different types of commentary. One fellow says Krishna is a great personality. Somebody says Krishna spoke as Paramatma, but it is not Krishna who spoke it. Somebody said it is not Krishna who spoke it, but Shiva spoke this. Somebody says, no, it is not Krishna who spoke it. There is somebody within Krishna who spoke it. So there is no end for foolishness. If we keep on hearing these foolish comments, there's no end. They'll say, it's not Krishna. There is a formless God beyond Krishna that has taken a form to speak. So there is no end for this nonsense if we want to hear. But if we want to simply hear straightforward, simple people, sinless people, clear people, non-envious people, pure devotees, they are not so confused. They just hear from the authoritative source. Let us see. This is a very important verse. Okay, let's do this verse. This is the Chatushloki, 4 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Very important. Who wants to read this 4 verses of the Bhagavad Gita?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, carry on, Mataji.
No, Prabhuji, you carry on.
Thank you. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate hiri matma bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. Hare Krishna. Aham, I, sarvasya of all, prabhava, the source of generation, matta, 1 minute. generation. Mata, from me, sarvam, everything, pravartate, emanates, iti, thus, matva, knowing, bhajate, become devoted, ma, after me, Buddha, the learner, bhava, someone with a heart, with great attention. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in me in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So the word Prabhava is very important. What is? There's a word called Prabhava and there's another word called Pralaya. Prabhava means generation. Pralaya means destruction. Krishna says Prabhava Pralayas Tatha. The generation and destruction, both of them, Krishna is the cause. He says, I am the cause for the maintenance, I am the cause for the generation, I am the cause for destruction. Everything is happening under my direction. And the Devatas, they do not even know that this is happening. That is the interesting part. Because Krishna said, there is Name Vidu Suragana Prabhava. The demigods don't even know that it is Krishna who is the Supreme Lord, who is the cause of causes. And it is because of Maya of Krishna that the demigods do not know. And sometimes they say that we are the Supreme Lord. Because of Maya of Krishna. Because Krishna, there is the Tattva, it says, Muhyanti Yasureya. Everybody gets deluded by Krishna Maya. Lord Brahma was confused once. Right? Lord Brahma was confused. Who is this little boy who is playing with his friends and who is eating laddus from his friends in an unclean way? This is not the Supreme Lord. This is somebody else. He got a doubt. He wanted to test him. He took away all the boys and he went to Brahmaloka for some time. And then what happened next? Lord Brahma stole all the calves. He took all the boys and he went to Brahmaloka and hid them. What did Krishna do next?
Krishna recreated the entire Vrindavan Vasis, all the.
Krishna transformed himself into all of the boys, all of the calves. And everything was going normally for 1 year until Lord Brahma came back. When Lord Krishna was 5 years old, he came. And at the age of 6 years, when he became 6-year-old, at that time, Lord Brahma came back to see what happened. Let me see. And he saw that everybody were intact and Lord Brahma was so confused. He was so confused because he is the person who is the creator here. But then he's seeing that there are boys and calves, there are duplicate. There's some here also, there's some there also. So now Brahma is confused. And then he fell on the feet of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is like a small 5-year-old boy. Lord Brahma is very old personality. Pitamaha. When Lord Brahma comes, everybody will stand up. Now this Pitamaha is falling on the feet of Lord Krishna, a small boy, and addressing him as, my dear father. Imagine one old man coming to a small kid and saying, dear father. Wouldn't it look awkward? It looks awkward now. Right? Brahma is coming and saying, my dear father, please forgive me. Okay, you are my father. Right? I forgot that. Okay, you are my father, and because you are my father, you should be kind. So he's reminding Krishna, you are my father, right? So please. So Lord Brahma, Lord Krishna did not respond. Okay, there was a very nice, beautiful prayers that Lord Brahma does in the 10th canto, 14th chapter, but Lord Krishna doesn't respond to it. Neither does he say yes or no. We don't even know what was going through Krishna's mind. Because he had separation of these friends for 1 year. How many of you want to be separated with your friends, right? We all like friends, right? When we see children, they like their friends so much. Lord Brahma took their friends away for 1 year. Right? So, taking the devotees of the Lord away from the Lord for such a long time and coming back and saying sorry. Right? So, Lord Krishna, he did not smile, nor did he frown. Okay, and Lord Brahma was not sure, and he prayed very sincerely and he left from the place. Right? He got very scared. Yeah, Muhyanti Yasuraya means, see, great demigods also, they do not understand. Sometimes they momentarily think that I am the Supreme Lord. It happens. Sometimes it happens with us also, isn't it? For a moment, we start saying, the reason for the success of my life is nobody but me. Right? I worked so hard. But then suddenly somebody, some mentor, somebody will remind us. Do you remember that time, this advertisement was given to you by me? I told you to do it. Yeah. It was you who told me, correct. Oh, it wasn't me. I thought all along that it was me who was responsible for all my success. Okay. So that's called illusion. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So we forget. Sometimes we forget, how we got there, right? And we think it is only me. So similarly, the demigods also get confused sometimes, and they, for their devotees, sometimes they say that, we are the Supreme Lord. But, so again, they'll have to remember, like Indra forgot. Okay. It's a very interesting story. Indra, we know the story of Govardhan I explained, right? Indra thought, who is this little boy who is stopping my fire sacrifice? Come on, let us destroy this Vrindavan. And then Krishna lifted Govardhan and he said sorry. Finished. Again, after some days, when Lord Krishna came, okay, he came to Indraloka. So Indra received him nicely, everything was fine. At that point of time, I think Indra came with Satyabhama. And he asked for the Parijata, Vriksha. Okay, Parijata. There's a very beautiful, there's a Nandanavana. There's a nice, beautiful garden in Swargaloka. Nandanavana. And that there's a very beautiful flower, which is very exquisite flower only for the demigods. Right? So, because Lord Krishna gave one of it to Rukmini, Satyabhama also wanted. So, for the sake of Satyabhama, Krishna again went to Indraloka and he directly took that Parijata flower. But now Indra's wife started complaining. Hey, look, how he's taking that from without your permission. You are Indra. How can anybody take without your permission? Is this correct? And he got instigated when his wife said that. Okay, come on, you should go and question this. This is not correct. This is not good etiquette. How can somebody come to our garden and take it? Huh? Then again, Indra is like very puffed up and again is going and say, hey, how can you take this? What is this? Krishna says, I can take anything. This is mine. Okay, what will you do? Say, how can you talk to me like that? Come, let us fight. And then Krishna and Indra, imagine again Indra is in confusion. Indra is in illusion. Indra is fighting with Krishna. And he's soundly defeated. Then again he falls to the feet of Krishna and says, okay, please take the entire Parijata Vriksha, or you take the entire garden itself. And he says, you take this Sudharma Sabha also. You take, this is my assembly, Swargaloka assembly. There is an assembly in Swargaloka called Sudharma. He says, you are the Supreme Lord. You take the entire assembly to the earth. You take everything away. Everything is yours. Then Krishna said, now you understood who am I. Now you understood who am I. Okay, give everything, send everything. So that Sudharma Sabha of the Swargaloka came to Dwarka. Right? And Parijata, everything. So for his wife, he brought everything. Now, Krishna brought for Satyabhama. Right? So Supreme Lord can do anything. So demigods get confused. You see so many different pastimes like that. Okay. So this one pastime of Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, after the pastime of Mohini Murti, Lord Shiva says, I would like to see that Mohini Murti. How does she look? I heard that she's so beautiful. I want to see if I'll be getting attracted to her or not. He came to Lord Vishnu and said, Lord Vishnu said, okay, so it be. And one day when Lord Shiva was with Parvati, along with his sons and Kumara and Ganesha, and with all the Ganas, everybody was there. A beautiful girl was playing, okay, a very young girl who was playing with a ball. Okay, she was looking very beautiful, and Lord Shiva saw and he got attracted. And he started going near her. And the girl started to run away. And Lord Shiva started to chase her now. Okay, when everybody is watching. Here, just imagine how embarrassing it must be. Everybody is watching and Lord Shiva is chasing this girl. I mean, I cannot tell you the details. Okay, he just chases her and he pulls her and he just hugs her. Okay, and then Lord Vishnu will appear. Okay, Lord Vishnu will appear. Right. So, and then Lord Shiva will do glorification of Lord Vishnu. Right? And then Lord Vishnu will say, if Lord Shiva, who is a Dhira, can get attracted to Mohini Murti, who can get attracted to Krishna, I mean, who is in the world who cannot get attracted by Lord Krishna's illusory energy? Because Krishna, Lord Shiva is Mahadeva, such a great personality. He is himself getting attracted. I mean, what are we? We are nothing, isn't it? We are not Dhira. I mean, Lord's illusory energy is very powerful. That's what we have to understand. Muhyanti Yatsurayaha. Nobody can understand Krishna's greatness. Okay, he can make everybody bewildered. Right? What to talk about? I mean, great demigods. You know, these great Ishwaras are getting bewildered. And what are we? So that's why our source of knowledge should not be our own intellect. Okay, what we should be doing is, if we try to understand Krishna by ourselves, we'll never understand. Just like those Dr. Frog. You know, there's a Dr. Frog. You know, there was a frog who was sitting in a well and trying to estimate. There is one other frog which came to the well. So where are you coming from? It came from the Atlantic Ocean. This Dr. Frog is a PhD. He said, how big is the Atlantic? Can you tell me? He says, forget it. You will not understand. It is out of your imagination. No. Tell me. Is it 2 times this well? Is it 3 times? Come on, tell me. It must be 10 times. I know. I understand. Tell me logically. This is called Dr. Frog. See, our mind is so small. We cannot understand God. God is so big. God is so great. We cannot understand anything. Okay. We have to take to the authoritative sources of understanding. So how do we understand Krishna? Either you hear from Krishna or you hear from the pure devotees of Krishna. So vikalpena yogena yujyate. Those people who have taken to that, those people who have taken to the avikalpa yoga, avyabhicharini bhakti, ananya bhakti, Bhagavata dharma, this pure Bhagavata, pure devotees, okay, these devotees are representatives of Krishna. Either you hear from Krishna or you hear from representative of Krishna. That's it. Then you will get perfect knowledge. This is the philosophy. Prabhupada says, you hear from Krishna or from his representative, it will be perfect knowledge. Prabhupada also says, no, a representative of Krishna is very sincere. He just simply repeats what Krishna said. That's it. He doesn't try to speculate anything. Personally, he may have the qualification, may not have the qualification. But if somebody simply repeats what Krishna said, he is a representative. That's it. Prabhupada says this example, nice example. You can understand this. Okay, there was a small kid in house. Okay, small kid learning words, learning something. He asked, okay, what is this, father? Explain. What is this device which gives me cool water to drink? This is called refrigerator. This cools things inside it. Okay, refrigerator. Small boy, doesn't know anything, okay? Then his uncle came. What is this? Refrigerator. It cools things. Perfect knowledge. Are you understanding what I'm saying? He's a small kid. He doesn't understand anything about refrigerator, but he simply repeated what his father said without changing it. Therefore, his knowledge is perfect. Are you understanding? So anybody who simply repeats the knowledge of Krishna without trying to speculate, there's so much of word jugglery people do. Like the foolish commentators of Bhagavad Gita, like Prabhupada says, the foolish commentators of Bhagavad Gita, they try to fit Sanskrit word from here to there to here, there to here, try to put Krishna down. So by doing this word jugglery, you cannot cover sun. Okay, sun cannot be hidden by a cloud, right? You cannot hide the sun. The sun is sun. Sun is self-effulgent. And Prabhupada says you don't need to show, we don't need a lamp to show the sun. That means we don't need this commentary to understand about Krishna, Bhagavad Gita. You don't need somebody's perspective to understand Bhagavad Gita. It is self-effulgent. You simply read it and understand it, you will understand. It's straightforward language, Krishna is saying. Isn't it? There's no need to do word jugglery, and put some torchlight on the sun, and to show, see, that is the sun. We don't need anybody's torchlight. It's self-evident like the sun. Krishna's knowledge. Correct? So here this verse is very important. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Okay. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Prabhava means source. Okay. Not Prabhu, not the word Prabhu. Prabhu is different. This is Prabhava. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Sarva includes everything. Everything means everything. There is nothing excluded. Matta sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha means learned. Bhava samanvita means great attention. The learned, wise people who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. This word bhava is very important. We have to worship the Lord not just with our minds. Okay, we should worship the Lord with our hearts. Krishna is saying, Manmana, Machitta, Madgata Prana. Krishna says, give your mind and intelligence to me. Right? Buddhi, Mana, Buddhi, Niveshaya. Everything Krishna is saying, put it into me. Our hearts, our minds, our intelligence, everything we should surrender to Krishna. So the wise people, they are called Buddha. The pure devotees are called Buddha. And there's an opposite for that called Mudha. Mudha, there's also Krishna says, Avajananti mam Mudha. There's the opposite of Buddha. Avajananti mam Mudha manushim tanumasritaha param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. There's some people who are like the Dr. Frog. This Dr. Frog kind of people, they think that Krishna is a human being. They think that Krishna is a human being. Right? So just like this, see this picture. Avajananti mam muda manushim tanumasritaha param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. A fools deride me when I appear in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord of all beings. There are some people who are fools who say Krishna was a man. He had a normal body. His funeral was performed. He's an ordinary person. Like these people, Krishna says that they are Mudha. The opposite of the Mudha is called Buddha. Buddha means learned. So Buddha surrenders to Krishna, accepts Krishna as the Supreme Lord. And Mudha rejects the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the simple transformation of Bhagavad Gita, is to become, from Mudha, we have to become Buddha. That's it. The word Buddha also came from here. The real learned person is this. This is the definition of a learned person. Simply to accept Krishna as the everything, whole and soul. That's it. And not only simply accepting and sitting, we should completely start to serve the Lord. Just like Prabhupada, he wanted to create a temple for Lord Krishna everywhere in the world. You see his heart, how much he loves Krishna. He wants to celebrate Krishna's Ratha Yatra in every city of the world. He made it possible. He wants to preach Krishna consciousness in Africa. He wants to have temples of Krishna in a communist country like Russia. Everywhere. Now that is called as, that is the heart of a pure devotee. So vikalpena yogena. He wants to serve the Lord in all possible ways. Right? Just like Adishesha wants to glorify Lord with he has got infinite mouths and he's continuously glorifying. And he has been doing it from beginning of the creation. And he has not even stopped. He cannot stop because there's infinite glories of the Lord. So this is the proof that we have understood the philosophy. Or the proof that we have understood Bhagavad Gita means we will engage. Immediately there will be action. Knowledge, there is action. The action is, yes, now I shall surrender. Very soon, Arjuna is also going to surrender. In another 4 verses, Arjuna is going to surrender. This after 8th verse. 9, 10, 11, 12. Finished. Arjuna will be completely transformed. He will say, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Parivitram, Paramam Bhava. He says, I understood everything. You are the supreme personality of God. There's no doubt about it. I'm clear now. He says that. Full transformation happens in another 3 verses. Okay, we will see what these 3 verses are in the next class. Okay, we'll see how Arjuna completely transforms and completely changes his mind, and complete transformation happens in these 3 verses in this chapter, where Krishna is explaining about his opulences. Okay, let's do a quick revision. So
Prabhuji, 1 minute. Prabhuji, may I just ask one
please.
query? This is verse 6.
Yes, please.
But this is nearly the third last sentence. Brahma underwent penance for 1000 years of demigods before he realized by the grace of Krishna how to create. Then from Brahma came Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana and Sanat Kumara, then Rudra, and then the 7 sages. And in this way, all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why Vaishyas and Sudras are not mentioned?
I don't know, Mataji. I mean, maybe that I don't know what exactly it means. I'm not sure. Sorry.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Any other questions, devotees? Okay, so let's do a quick summary. So the summary is this. Mama yo veti tatvataha. Okay. Yetam vibhutim yogam cha. If you understand Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, all the 4 Kumaras, all the patriarchs, everybody, the source is Krishna. Mama yo veti tatvataha. If you understand it philosophically, so vikalpena yogena yujjate na atra samshaya. There is no doubt that we will be completely surrendered. Will become completely surrendered to Krishna. There will be no more doubt. There's no more doubt. So until we get to that position, we'll have to keep studying Bhagavad Gita. So we saw, how the Lord explained that how the 25 patriarchs we saw. Okay, let us do a quick review. Okay, 25 patriarchs. Can you explain what are the components of that 24 patriarchs? How many Kumaras?
4 Kumaras.
4 Kumaras. Okay. How many rishis?
7 rishis.
7 plus 4 is
and
11.
14 Manus.
14 Manus. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 14, 25. 25 Manus. Every living entity comes from only this. So if we trace back our ancestors, we will be through these 25 patriarchs only and nobody else. Okay, that's why we have the concept of Gotra, etc. This is the 25 patriarchs only are the final from whom all the living entities have come. Okay, so that's what we have seen, and we have just touched upon this verse, the Chatushloki, very important. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. We've seen that all the spiritual worlds, all the material worlds, everything and everyone come only from Krishna. Okay, he is the origin of everything, but he has got no origin. Anadir Adir Govindam. Anadir Adir Govindam means he has got no origin, but he is the origin of everybody. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all the causes. If we have to simply accept this, and then if we have to engage in the pure devotional service, then Krishna will say we are Buddha, learned. But if we get confused because of the other mudhas, if we hear to mudhas, then we'll become a mudha. If we hear to other Buddha, we'll become Buddha. So we have to very carefully hear from the proper source. Otherwise, it's very, very risky that we may fall down. Okay, devotees, I think we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. That was about it. Hare Krishna, devotees, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.